Now I'm going to cover just a couple more areas that we transitioned in our diet and hopefully encourage you to do the same thing. Just as an example, this is an organic butter and this is non-organic. Now I believe in the value of this butter. It's good. And if you can get the organic, go for it. If you can see the difference there, this one's pale and this one's a darker yellow. This is clarified butter, which is ghee, and if you can see that, it's very, very dark yellow. And the idea behind it is that it's vitamin rich. The more yellow it is, naturally yellow. So when the cows eat the green grasses in the springtime, you'll see this butter will get very bright yellow. It's a similar concept with the organic free-range eggs. The yolks look totally different. So you may want to do some comparing. But for your oils, you may want to try ghee, natural or real butter, not butter spreads and things like that, like margarines. And if you can do it, go for salt-free organic butter. We use this Nutiva brand coconut oil. We've used a variety of other brands. This one's really good, and we love to cook with it. It's just phenomenal. If you haven't tried coconut oil, I really encourage you to do it. It has a mild, wonderful coconut smell. Lovely in cookies. It's really good in cookies if you want to try something different than butter. It definitely makes eggs really nice if you don't mind the coconut flavor, or you can stick with your butter there as well. But some people really like their eggs with the coconut oil. And there's some say that this helps with your thyroid, so you might want to research into that. Just a little scoop of this and some honey is just yummy, and it'll pick you up if you're looking for a little pick-me-up. But in the coolness of the weather, it will solidify. That's totally normal, and when you go into warmer months, you'll see it will be very liquid and perfectly clear. But that's your coconut oil. It's also great on the body. I like it better than olive oil because it won't stain anything. People use it all the time for that. There's grapeseed oil, there's extra virgin olive oil. You want to get extra virgin first cold pressed, organic if possible. I didn't have sunflower oil here to show you, but that's another one. And that's about my list of oils that I will use in my normal everyday cooking. Then just very briefly, sea salt. This one is a coarser grind. And I really, really like it because I like to taste my salt, and that gives you all the minerals that you miss out on when you buy the sea salt from the store. So I use this one here, and then I also use this one that's called real salt. And again, when you look at it, you're going to see the colors in it because it's not bleached, it's not doesn't have caking agents or anything like that, and it's full of minerals. So that's your option there on your sea salt. There's a lot of varieties of sea salt. And then just quickly, if you are wanting to eat a whole grain diet, but you're not going to make bread right now, or you don't have a mill, then that's where you want to look at things like this. This is Arrowhead Mills, but there's many varieties out there. There's Bob's Mill, I believe, is another brand. But this is millet, and then you can make it a variety of ways. It cooks quicker than rice. You can put it in almost any liquid dish that you want to make. So if you're making beans or rice or soups, you can just throw this in as added whole grain nutrition. And then I wanted to show you this. This one is called quinoa. And it's spelled with a Q, Q-U-I-N-O-A. You can sprout it and eat it raw in a lot of different ways, salads, cold salads, and you can also boil it, and it cooks really quickly. It's very good with different kinds of broth, either beef or chicken broth or vegetarian broth, whatever you like. Just butter and onions. It's delicious. And you can also make it sweet variety. So there's just a lot of things you can do. If you make it, it's going to be a lot like rice, only it's easier to cook. Very easy on digestion and high in protein. So that's some things you can do with grains. And then if you have access to a mill, but you're not going to make the bread in the big bosh, then consider things like pancakes, waffles, muffins, regular cakes, and the last one I was thinking of was tortillas. Those are all things you can do without actually making bread in the oven. Sometimes that's a little daunting for someone to start with, but that gives you an idea. Brown rice is another whole grain you can integrate into your diet without actually purchasing a large machine like a mill. And when you're ready, then you can jump right into milling your own grain and making fresh flour. So that's our little discussion on the oils and the sea salt, and then just a few ways that you can make whole grain products without necessarily owning a kitchen machine.